folks. Davy here. I'm actually trying this new platform called Restream, and yeah, so I wanted to give it a try. Let's see if this works this time. So I'm on a new platform called Restream, and I'm thinking this is allowing me to stream to multiple platforms at the same time. So just gonna see if that works. So I'm going to keep it brief because this is kind of a test, but I wanted to talk about the new program that I'm actually working on called Mind to Muscle to Spiritual Mastery. And essentially, it's using movement and resistance training specifically as an external stimulus for a catalyst, or to be a catalyst to create an internal shift, an internal change. Now, just a little bit of background on this. Essentially, when we are moving, when we're doing some form of movement, our brains are in their most neuroplastic state. And I've got my handy towel here. I'm at my gym, which is outside at the park. It's a little overcast here today in Vancouver, BC, but not going to stop me from getting a little movement in. So our brains are in their most neuroplastic state when we're doing some form of ability to change structurally and functionally. So essentially, that structural and functional change is, typically we look at learning, meditation, and that sort of thing, where when we are in those states, of course, yes, the brain can change, but it might take typically a little bit longer. So when the neuroplasticity is increased, which is increased by movement, it's kind of a lost efforting if we aren't consciously choosing or intentionally choosing what we're focusing on while we're training, right? So most people are training or doing movement, and they're focused on the movement, or they've got that kind of that that grr, the pain from the training session or the workout session is replacing a pain in most people's lives, right? So typically, you have a stressful day at work and you want to relieve that stress, so you take it out on the weights, or in the yoga studio, or wherever it is. So it's a very unintentional way of using movement. Whereas if I go into the movement and I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to focus on what I'm calling into my life. I'm going to focus on manifestation. I'm going to focus on okay, so I want to create this new business, and I want to be able to provide a great amount of service to people, and I want to be able to help or support or change 100,000 lives. Okay, so this is just an example, right? So I might pick 3 words that are going to symbolize or create that image in my mind of the business that I'm creating, of the people that I'm servicing and helping, the people that I'm transforming lives, and the wealth or the abundance that I'm generating as a result of that. So I might pick service, passion, purpose, and abundance. And those are my 3 words, or 4 words. And those 4 words create that image in my mind. So every time we think those thoughts, or think about that image, or think about those words, or say those words just like a mantra, then those thoughts create an electrical signal. And because I'm moving, right, there's got to be a magnetism, a feeling to draw those thoughts back to you. Now, because I'm moving, I'm invigorated. There's more passion, and that passion and invigoration is the elevated emotion that becomes associated with those words that I'm sending out. So the words send it out, the feeling draws it back. The word is an electrical impulse, the feeling is a magnetic, right? So all the while, if I'm focused on those words and that imagery throughout my entire workout, I am essentially rewiring the brain, because every time I return to those thoughts and that image, I'm strengthening a new neurology, and then I'm marrying that neurology that I'm thinking about with an elevated feeling, um, that is strengthened by the movement that I'm doing, the passion that I'm creating when I'm doing the movement. So that's just a little bit about um, my new program, Mind to Muscle to Spiritual Mastery, and really how powerful movement can be as long as we begin to intentionally focus the mind when we're moving. And program done because um, there are a lot of components. My hypothesis is that as we continue to focus on these other things, and we continue to focus on more of the quantum, if you will, then what happens is we essentially tune our bodies as an antenna to connect to the quantum field. Um, so there'll be lots more to come on that. I wanted to keep this one short to see if this platform worked. Hopefully it did. If you have any questions on that, please reach out to me. Another thing, I just want to plant a seed. So we are my business partner and I, Jeremy Hoffman, have created an online community where we're going to be offering kind of a one-stop shop for uh, breathwork sessions, meditation, workouts. I'm going to be doing 2 live workouts each week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Um, I think, but question and answers session, live session Wednesdays. A topic theme, each theme of the week is going to be every lots of opportunity, different just overall tools for you to be able to really tune into, join a community. So that is the connected community. If you want more information about that, please message me. Otherwise, hope you have a beautiful day. Get some movement in. Use that mind. Put it into your muscle and create personal mastery or spiritual mastery. Just because you can. Peace. Love. Ciao. Okay, how do I turn this off?